Camp Everytown is really important for youth because we provide this space for them that they can go ahead and speak their truth and share their stories with their peers and their teachers and the staff here. And it gives them that understanding like, hey, we're not so different.
This camp is nothing like a camp I've been to before.
We talk about issues that you wouldn't usually talk about in other camps or with parents, friends, or even your school education.
Certainly Camp Everytown gets a lot more in-depth about various social issues, really gives you a chance to open up about yourself and to realize that your experiences may not be as uncommon as you think, and that you can find a lot of ways to relate to other people.
It spikes that urge to learn and accept, and you become way more accepting towards others' differences, and you want to learn about where they come from because you've never experienced it.
I grew up in El Salvador. I grew up with 9 other siblings. When I was about 7, I came to the United States, only with my eldest brother and my littlest brother.
I come from kind of a broken family background, and I began transitioning from female to male in middle school, and pretty much completed it by high school.
My dad was couch surfing for a really long time, and my great-grandma gave him a home after I was born.
I have always lived in the same little house downtown Los Gatos with my dad and my dog.
I am not exposed to a ton of diversity.
The environment at camp has been just a fertile ground for these mature conversations that I don't feel like we can have anywhere else. Because at home it feels uncomfortable, or not everyone has the right relationship with their parents.
At home, you feel alone all the time, and then here you have so many other people that can relate to you. So it was nice not feeling alone for once.
Everybody here truly cares about each other and is willing to listen. It's a really safe space for you to be vulnerable and open about your experiences and just be honest and be true to yourself.
Here at camp, the first internal shift I felt was the privilege line. I was more towards the front, and seeing some of my friends who were in the back was definitely difficult and hard to see.
We were all lined up. We started all at the same, but I ended up way in the back. I ended up not where I thought I was gonna be. It made me self-reflect. Even if I was in the back, everyone was very accepting, to whatever I had to say. Everyone showed respect to my own story.
Even though some of these people seem really happy and they seem outgoing, and you wouldn't even imagine knowing that others are experiencing things that none of us have ever faced.
During the game of life is really where I was able to kind of change my mindset and experiencing what it's like to have all that stripped away from you, have nothing, and have to build yourself up from the bottom, and something that I've never had to experience. And that's something that will definitely stay with me for a long time and has really affected the way that I think about the world and how I interact with other people.
I'd really love to be able to take back to my school how easy it is to talk about things when people that are listening are comforting you and supporting you. And I think if I can get people to share their stories and the love as easy it is here, then that might be a great benefit to our school.
I do have a lot of hope for when we go back to Los Gatos to expand everything that we learned, and that's when it's most important to, share what is going on and not hide from problems anymore.
Without this, the future would have been a lot duller than it will be now, because I do have that sense of reassurance that I've gained from this place. In my personal life, I think I'm gonna feel much more comfortable leaving home and being independent now that I have kind of gained this more worldly knowledge, even though I've only been in one place.
In my school, there is a club Everytown. So when I go back, I think I'm gonna stay in that club, and I'm gonna make a lot of changes based on what I've learned here at camp.
I can be a force of change in my community, and I can be the one to start the conversation that nobody else wants to start.
My hopes for when I leave camp is that I'm able to bring this environment back to my school in some way, and hopefully to make my school as much like this open, accepting environment as possible.
I can take back this knowledge and that the people from my school as well take back this knowledge and go home and actually change things, and that makes me feel really empowered.
I think I've definitely looked out for a lot of the problems in society more and recognizing those and trying to actually put an effort in to change them so that they don't continue to persist among our peers and everything.
Coming back from camp, I have been more cautious about how I act and what I say in front of other people. I would recommend Camp Everytown to everybody that wants to come because it's a place where we accept anyone and everyone.
Ever since I've attended camp, I've noticed how my certain words impact people, and I've learned valuable leadership skills that I've been able to take back to my school and use it to make it a better place.
I see a lot of people who maybe are feeling sad or not having a great day, and their friends, their teachers just aren't there for them the way they should be. And it's really important to promote being there for people when you see them in need and being able to open up to your friends and to your teachers. Make them more open, make them feel safer on their campus. There's so many ways that the message of Camp Everytown can bring our campus together.
I just helped facilitate the first official Camp Everytown meeting, and after brainstorming ideas, I feel a lot more confident that we will be able to facilitate a better environment and to inspire others to take over when I'm done.
I know I wasn't the only one experiencing this, but I didn't know that there were so many people that were experiencing the same things as I was, and that gave me hope. And it feels good to know that you have a support system around you, especially here at Camp Everytown.